إصغاء خاتشي شيبلي. استراحة الآن. Special.
My internet and computer, both of them, decided to die and betray me at the same time. Without further ado, I'll be getting back to the match ASAP. Where's DCS? And here we go. With me, I have Mad Dog. So this is the mid of round 1. We have, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 5v5 now between 69th and GVAW. So we just had a disconnect from Murazan, so Murazan just disconnected. And that is just really, really unfortunate for the two teams. Maligator is now going to be in a merge with Kaori. These guys are in a merge now, both are flaring. We have a merge. The moment I just stepped in, we had an insane merge. No, this missile's coming towards you. Come on, Maligator, flare, flare! And Maligator's cooked. Okay, yeah. Rest in peace. Maybe I was some kind of bad omen for him. Kaori and Rhea are gonna merge again, merge as well. This is gonna be probably a double merge. Wow, where the hell is this guy shooting though? That's fucking insane. And is he gonna see it? He's gonna see it. And splash. Okay, Kaori with 2 kills. Holy shit. Right, who do you have now? That is a freaking... Oh, okay, Pornhub. Like, okay, that name is insane. A Pornhub just killed Cookie, so it's now Bravo Storm versus the 5 of 69th OnlyFlys. So let's see how it goes here. The Nacho with an aim on Tony towards Bravo Storm. Let's see what Bravo Storm does. Oh, can he notch it? Can he notch it? Can he notch it? Brother, you're not gonna notch it! Rest in peace. So that is 520 for 69s. RTB, airspace clear. Yeah, I am really sorry, dear viewers. Now that I got some space to actually talk, instead of, trying to hurry up and get the match on stream, yeah, my internet just decided to die at the worst possible time. And I hope stuff is working now. Who do we have here on stream? We have AlphaGator, Gruntlife, Murzan, and Wildcat. By the way, I forgot to mention, special thanks to AlphaGator. The moment my shit just started to not work, he was the one who stepped in and, helped conduct the match. So, shout out to AlphaGator. Guys, real G. So 69th just cleaned up GVAW. To be honest, I don't really know the capabilities of 69, 69 the OnlyFlys, but, well, it seems like they only had one loss against GVAW, so I guess they do have an upper hand, and the Kaori seems to have 3 kills with the J11. So, Mad Dog, it seems to me that the J11 is the star of this show amongst the F16s and F18s.
Well, it seems like that, especially that long-range ET kill on the F16, that was a very good shot, and I'm surprised the ET held its track against the sun. And also that ER in the merge, looking at the ER, that was some serious Gs that it pulled, and as we know it, done flareable Fox 2.
Well, here's the thing, the ET never works when you're the one shooting it, so that's that. And with everybody else, it just tracks. Got some sort of beef with the ET or something? Like, I don't know, man.
Well, I have no idea. Probably the ET missed its flight to some space planet where it came from. I'll probably buy a bicycle with a basket and pull the ET on it. See if it likes me then.
And I am just happy I was able to get this stream on. And, by the way, chat, shout out to Mad Dog as well. This guy was asleep the moment, like, when I started the stream, and then I just gave him a call, like, bro, I need help. And he's just, helping out with everything. Right. Should be able to see my screen now, Mad Dog.
Yep.
Good. Let's take a look at Nacho. Nacho's running the default VFC12 skin for the J11. 69th did not provide me with any skins whatsoever. The only skins I got was from Garuda, and unfortunately I was not able to show it. We'll be able to show it on the second round, hopefully. But, yeah. Maybe this round is just going to be, taken by 69th, since they have 5 people, it's kind of given that they're going to be able to land. But for the sake of formalities, I'll have to wait until they actually make it to the ground. Till then, let me actually get my tag view ready. Unfortunately, viewers, I'm not going to be able to show the tag view of the first round. I can show it towards the end of the stream when we restart the server, but for now, we have to, just wait for the second round. Who do we have here? We have... Oh, we got StarFox9 watching, AlphaGator watching, Gruntlife, Guy Rubin, Verisec, Wildcat. Welcome aboard, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. I think this stream would have gone a bit smoother if I wasn't tinkering with my router and my computer. For 30 minutes, literally. But, I mean, yeah. Looks like Nacho's gonna do some sort of insane landing. I don't know what this guy's trying to do here. But let me reduce the volume just so I can... what the hell is this guy doing, man? This guy's doing some insane shit over here. Trying to bleed all his speed and whatsoever. I mean, with the Hornet, you can literally just stall yourself and it's not even gonna do anything. 69th only flies coming for a proper landing lineup. It seems like everybody's just gonna land, you know, one after the other. Look at what Nacho's doing. He still has lots of his missiles, 2 Fox 1s and 2 Fox 2s. You're not live connecting to TAGV direct to the server. I did connect live, but I'm unable to see what has happened before. Since I connected in the middle of the round. So I was unable to see any of their ingresses or anything, which I will be able to see from next round if I keep my TAGV connected. I just had a technical issue, so that's the thing. Alright, Nacho going for the landing. Let's see if we can get a butter. Come on, Nacho, you can do it. Was not a butter. He did not flare that landing. Right.
That is a Navy landing, 10 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know shit about Navy landings, especially U.S. Air Force. I just land my 33, like, I don't know, however the hell my HUD marker tells me to land it. Horn HUD. Oh my god, I will not like to pronounce his name. Can I call him PH? Or the HUD? I'm just gonna call him the HUD. I think the HUD's gonna be better instead of that thing. HUD is coming in for the landing. Right, HUD is now pulling some insane amounts of on his stick, trying to land this thing. We got VT coming to land as well. Is he gonna like land after HUD, or are they gonna land at the same time? Welcome, Eagle Eye. Oh, you got members of Garuda here watching the stream. This is just the first round, Garuda. Do not be demotivated. This is just the first round. You guys have another chance of beating them. So give us a good fight. All right, 3 members of them have already landed, so that means I have to update the score. The score is now gonna be, take it back to, gonna be 1 for 69th and 0 for ACR and Garuda. Let's see, we have the last 2 landing. Kaori in the J11. Okay, let's see how he does the J11. I can judge that one properly. Air Force style J11.
Makaus is saying that if you need the tag view, we have it.
Do you need tag here? We have it here. No, it's fine. We have tag view here as well. You know, just need to connect it. Connect to the server on the next round. I don't have it connected here, so the old one's gone on my end. We'll have it later. Right, let's see how he's doing. Let's go. Lovely. Ooh, I like this. Yeah, that's a 10 out of 10. What do you say? And he used the shoots. Using every possible feature of the flanker. Yep. I wish I could do landings like that. I could do landings like those. Unfortunately, I cannot. And Connor, the final member of the 69, landing in the airbase. Now that is the end of round 1. We'll restart the server, we'll get back, and we will be going to round 2. And before we start with round 2, here is a message from our sponsors, Master Arm.
Running a dedicated DCS server can be complex, time-consuming, and expensive. And after all that effort, you still might not get the smooth, seamless experience you're looking for. That's why virtual pilots and virtual squadrons choose Master Arm as a ready for immediate use solution and for peak efficiency. With low latency, high stability, and uncompromising performance, Master Arm ensures that every maneuver, every decision, and every shot counts. Stay mission ready. Fly with confidence. Master Arm has your 6. Get your server at www.masterarm.de.
All right, everyone. We are back to DCS. This is round 2. And I was unable to show the liveries for the members of both teams. I'll be showing the liveries now. Let's take a look at Garuda here. Garuda, okay, their liveries are loading right now. Garuda are rocking their liveries. I was only given the liveries for Garuda and ACR. I was not given any liveries for Poland 69. They did not provide me with any liveries, so you know, we have to work with what we have. So let's start one by one with the members of each, we call it, each teams. We have Murazan here with his livery. Looks really nice. I like their what do you call it, sports, you know, themed wheel tanks. That's Murazan's livery. Let's go here. We can see matches and the logo. Really nice looking sporty livery, you know. Cool. It feels like some sort of sports team. That's what it looks like. It looks nice. The cookie with the wolf. Oh, I think it would have been better if we put a cookie over here, but yeah. Oh, there is a cookie. It's over here. You know, same livery, but I think it's the vertical stabilizers that make a difference. No, Alligator has a what do you call it? Oh, okay, his logo is on this side here, right? And then we have Hard Base 2. So Sarah Brave is Hard Base 2. Seems like it's probably their flight number. And we have Rio. It is livery. And this is Valkyr. Okay. These liveries look really nice. Seems like they're gonna be flying only F-16s this round. I mean, you know, they've been flying only F-16s the last few matches, but I was provided liveries for J-11s as well. J-11, Hornet, F-15, so you know, I was kind of hoping we could see some of those planes as well. Let's take a look at 69, starting with Nacho. Nacho is running what seems to be one of the default liveries for Hornets. That's the VFC-12. And these guys are all rocking default liveries. Default liveries, nothing much to see here. So 69 are not going to go fancy. They're going to be flying default liveries. I think, you know, they don't really, I don't know, whether, do they even like liveries? Like, you know, is it because they don't have liveries, or is it because they don't care about what livery they have? They just want to fly. Each unit got their each elements. Yep, copy that. Yeah, I can see that. We got these guys over here, Valkar, Murazan, and Cerebrave. These guys are still on the parking. We have these three guys taxing here. Right. And let's see. Right, so we have first two of 69th taxiing to the runway. These guys are taxiing here as well. So round 2 is going to be starting shortly. And before it starts, let's take a look at the weather of the area. So the weather is just thick clouds with, massive pockets in it. If you fly medium altitude, these clouds are going to be issues, especially if you fly towards the mountains. Towards the mountains, you are going to be having trouble seeing the altitude of the mountains, and there's possibilities of sea pits. So when you're flying near the mountains with these types of clouds, you have to be careful, especially these thick clouds. If you get in too deep, right, you get out, and guess what? The only thing you have in front of you is trees, a freaking hill. Now, I've been victims of CFIT, in this type of specific weather, multiple times. So you have to be careful when you're going to be flying towards the mountains here. Okay, seems like we only have two members. So Murazan and Cerebrave are still on the apron. They have not taxied yet. Same goes for 69th. Okay, so we have to wait for these. Second. While we wait, I want to give a special thanks to all of our sponsors sponsoring SATAC 2025. Without their support, we will not be able to host this event the way we do. So special thank you to Heatler, Eagle Dynamics, VKB, Deca Ironwork, Magnitude 3, Razbam, Ergus Engineering, GVAW, Masterarm, Lot ATC, and our newest sponsor, the creators of the Cola map, Orbex. So we are really, really grateful to have all these sponsors offering their support, prizes, servers, and lots of other things to make SATAC possible. And of course, the biggest thank you goes to the community who've made, all of this possible, because without the community, we will not be able to do anything, right? Ever since 2013, start of SATAC, the community has just been growing. So we really appreciate every single person in this competitive DCS community, in the SATAC community, who have been helping out or just simply, being there, giving their support. So thank you to everyone. And so the last guy, Kaori from 69th, is taxiing. So report when ready. And Murazan still on the apron. One thing I know about Murazan is that this guy is an absolute legend. He runs his DCS on if I'm not wrong, he runs it on a 1650, a GTX 1650. This guy's an absolute legend for doing that. And he flies SATAC on a 1650. My lad is an absolute legend, okay? So, he does take a bit of time to get on the runway because of, his computer and whatnot, but, don't really mind when you're running those specs. The fact that you're even flying DCS and flying SATAC, especially at this stage, is the most impressive part. So we have a ×2-3 ship on both of the runways. This seems to be the auxiliary runway. So you got both of these cars lined up here. Let's take a look. Oh, this seems to be Nacho. And who's this? They don't have liveries. They don't got their names. This is Kari. I know that bit. Yeah, I wish, I wish DCS had this feature where, you know, with even with the standard liveries, the pilot names would be like, you know, written on the side over here. That'd be really cool, you know, easy to recognize, especially when you're running F4 mode, because you don't have liveries, you know, unlike Garuda, right? It's really easy to see who the pilot is. Like, for example, oh wait, what the hell is this? Canopy or something? Oh, never mind. For example, you know, this is Maligator, I know, because it's literally written on the livery, Cookie, and Rio. Ooh, Tomato, look at this. Dirt stains. Dirt stains
Oh,
on
yeah.
the livery. How did they wait? How do you make this dirt stain?
Oh, it's quite simple and yet difficult. The simple part is that you have to just paint over those parts in the PSD or the DDS files, but the difficult part is that you need to know how to blend it so that it doesn't look unrealistic.
I see. Well, I don't make liveries. You're the one who does it, so that's why I ask you, because I don't know shit about this. I mean, last time I tried to make a very professional grade livery that is only just replacing a text in my cockpit, I almost gave up. So, yeah. Don't, like, you know, don't make liveries at home if you're not a professional. Up here. I haven't seen their ingress, so I'm really curious about what ingress and what tactic they're gonna follow and how it's gonna... Can you change the picture more smoothly? Your stream is very choppy. Really? Is it that choppy? OBS
I think the
is not...
quality itself is not choppy, but what it's talking about that you're moving the mouse very vigorously and it looks very choppy.
Ah, okay. Well, that is... I don't know what. I just cannot sit still for even a second, and, you know, out of all people, Mad Dog knows it very well. Sitting still for 1 second is literally impossible.
Alright, maybe we think about the comfort of our dear viewers and do
Yep.
as little as changes and let's just make it smooth.
Right. Let's wait for these guys here. We'll be taking off with Garuda this round. And if they win this round, the next round will be taking off with 69th. So I hope we get a third round. I hope Garuda wins this just so we get a third round. That's going to be really cool. Are they ready? Oh, these guys here are ready. Both teams ready. I'm just waiting for them to give me the call. We're all on the runway, but they're not saying anything. Right, both teams say ready. Alright, so let's get started. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, go, go. So for some reason my DCS chat is not working, but here we go. Round 2.
It's working fine, you have to scroll down.
That doesn't... I cannot see some of their messages on mine. Okay, I can see it now. Right, Maligator taking off. His wingman. There's up. And they're doing a really, really steep climb. Let's look at the other guys here. We got Valkyr and Rio. Taking off. Doing some sort of offset just to not get stuck in the wake turbulence. That's smart. And we have the last two. That's Murazan and Cerebrave. Hello, Luigi. Welcome to the chat. Yes, game on. All members of Garuda have left the airbase. They've taken off. So now it's only until whoever can land back at their base. Okay. So I have the tag view running. Indeed, I do. Let's stay with Maligator. I really like their liveries, like, you know, I remember the last match I streamed, which was 71st versus Honkai. Honkai had some really pretty liveries, like, you know, different colors and whatnot, but Garuda's liveries are, you know, just different, you know, in terms of theme. Their livery is kind of like sports-based livery. They look like a cohesive, you know, sports team, like an actual sports team with really, you know, red, white, and black colors that you see in jerseys and everything. So their liveries give out that kind of theme, which is also not bad. But my question is, what is this guy's board number? 69th. That is my board number. He just stole it. This guy stole my board number. That was absolutely insane. I got my board number stolen. I missed first round. How was it? Please tell me. Well, Luigi, I missed half of the first round because I was unable to get it on stream. I was having technical difficulties with my setup and internet, so I was unable to get the first half of the initial round. But the first round I saw towards the end, the J11 got 3 kills. Kaori in the J11 got 3 kills. So it was pretty interesting. Alright. Let's take a look at their ingresses. Seems like BT with the F-18 is spearheading right towards Bullseye, with Nacho, Connor, and 955 taking a southern flank. What I think they're planning on doing is maybe surrounding them, because, or else, why would you ever spread so much? And Garuda seems to be focusing a 4-man flight towards the north and a 2-ship towards the south. So let's see its effectiveness. Let's see, you know, how it goes on. Because what I've noticed from multiple SATAC matches is that, you know, while having a good ingress is important for setting up the fight, if you cannot follow up with the ingress, you know, what happens after that, you know, if you cannot support your teammates when the fight gets close and chaotic, you know, it doesn't matter what tactic you pull. You need to be always there for your teammates, in the right spot, always supporting and, you know, communicating. So, you know, I've seen multiple matches, especially, you know, if I have to mention a team where it really caught my eye, you know, I'm not really trying to point my finger at anyone, but I'm going to say what I remember is from 71st Warcom, the match I streamed between them and HDA. What it seemed to me initially that HDA had no ingress, and I thought that, okay, their entire thing's gonna fall apart, and 71st had a really nice box stinger formation. But what happened was the complete opposite. HDA won both of the rounds because, you know, towards the middle part or the end of the fight, it was really, really close. Does changing airframe mid-round allowed? Not in middle of a round, but next round can change airframe. Right, so fight's on. Both teams are in the battle area now. It's only gonna be last man standing. Now let's see It seems to me they're sending times to 2 ships. It's kind of a similar ingress as to 69, so both teams are doing something similar, but 69th is sending 3 ship towards the south. Let's take a look at the chat. Mostly people like 69th number. Well, I mean, you know, 69 is my board number, Eagle Eye. So yeah, that's that. Also, dear viewers, I just reached 50 followers, so that is a Twitch goal. I just reached 50 followers, so that is absolutely insane. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay, let's see what's the distance between Murazan and VT. That is okay. I'm gonna change it to feet for the normies. That is 65 nautical miles between Murazan and VT. So we will be getting first shots really soon. Nacho and Connor are gonna be supporting each other. Spade. I think we're facing each other next weekend. Really? Are we gonna be facing each other next weekend? Let me take a look. 51st versus 179th dogs. I mean the dogs. On April 5th, 1800 set. Well, Luigi, seems like it. We may just be facing each other next weekend. So, good luck in that match. And, yeah, may the best team win. Looking forward to the great fights. Okay, let's see how far. So, that's only 48 miles. So, Hood and Maligator are still 60 miles away. Seems to me that Cookie is breaking off from their formation and trying to support middle. Valkar is at 50,000 feet. Almost, sorry, 45,000 feet. And he's fast, almost 900 knots. That is insanely fast. That is really, really fast. We can get a full tag view. This. Right, everybody is just trying to extend or maybe go for a crank or F-pull. Nobody's firing the first shot here. So almost everyone's just kind of trying to crank away, cross block, and, you know, do all that stuff. Okay, first shot out from Connor. First shot's out from Connor. Let me get back to DCS real quick. First shot's out from Connor. Aim 120, it seems to be towards Cerebrate. So that is what it seems to me is was a 40-mile shot. Connor defending now. Cranking and diving. That's good. Holy shit, that is an insanely steep dive. And this northern flank has almost zero activity. Connor is now going cold towards his teammate. 955 has a missile out. Seems to be towards Cerebrave as well. Is it a double sword on a single bandit? 955 not cranking. Okay, yeah, he is cranking, but it's not diving or defending as aggressively as the first guy. So he still has lots of distance. So that was an insanely long shot. Cerebrave has an aim 120 right towards him. Is he going to be able to defend this? No! Cerebrave eats that. So that's a death in the first shot. Cerebrave goes down. That is a kill by 69th. Garuda is now down to only 5 people. So let's see. I follow you. Let's make it 69. Thank you very much for the follow, Luigi and Kennedy Cool. Yes, let's make it to 69. Right. Who is Connor shooting at? So that seems to be an off-bore shot towards... Is it Murazan? Is this an off-bore shot towards Murazan or Cookie? I don't know. Who is this shot towards? Connor defending now. Diving aggressively. Seems to me he's pulling quite some G's here. Murazan has a shot towards Connor, but that should not be able to hit him if he defends or, you know, goes cold or notches it. Because if he goes low, there's almost no chance of the missile hitting. Okay, missiles traded between VT and Cookie. Cookie on the defense here. Dropped his tanks. Now doing a split S. And then now turning in again. Trying to bleed the missile of all of its energy. Right, seems to me Cookie will survive this missile. So Murazan and Cookie are all Murazan and Cookie are all defensive here. Maligator and Valkyr coming in for the support. Now Rio is the guy that's turning hot first. Ife110 thank you very much for the follow. Well, I just got a kill message over here. That is insanely late. So VT is still defending from that AMRAM. Seems like that AMRAM is still pinging his RWR. It does not have any speed, but should be dead by now. Now 955 and Nacho were hot. Nacho shoots a really close missile towards Murazan. That's a Rio. That's a 7-mile aim 120, and Rio is really high right now. He needs to go defensive. He needs to dive really quickly and drag that missile towards the ground, or else he's just gonna eat it. Oh boy. Where's my buddy Rio? What's Rio doing? Oh yeah, we can see Rio over there. Oh, that's Rio. And Rio successfully defeats the missile. So, seems to me Garuda is now playing really defensive after losing one of their members early on. 69th still has 6 of their pilots. Connor is trying to fly high, flank them from the north, and maybe catch them off guard while they're all defensive, because Valkyr is the only one from Garuda who has a good amount of energy. If he can turn in and shoot at Connor and just send him defensive, that would be really beneficial for the guys that are down low. But Valkyr is defending a missile of its own, so I don't think he can help anytime soon. Alright, Cookie is coming in. He's hot now. Murazan, Maligator, everybody from Garuda is turning hot now. Rio may get into a merge with VT. The distance between them is only 7 miles. VT is focused on Cookie. And Connor is in a beam from north to south. So they're currently trying to provide cover. It seems like Cookie shoots a missile towards, who is it? Seems to be Nacho. Has the missile got any track? I'm not sure. Okay, is this gonna try? No, I don't think this one's gonna catch him. This Nacho just went cold. Okay, Valkyr turned in 45,000 feet, going almost to 1,000 knots, 1,000 knot true speed. And shoots himself. Would you mind turning on Waypoint's label in F10? I thought I turned it on. Hard to see the DOS with the compression in Twitch. I thought I turned it on. Okay, should be on now. Aim 120 off from Valkyr towards Kaori. Is it Kaori or Nacho? I don't know. Yeah, Alpha, sorry about that. I thought I had it on, but I think it turned off on its own. Because I do remember figuring out how to turn it on after he told me from the last match. Okay, 955 coming in hot. Okay, this is a good opportunity because 955 has a lot of energy. He can just shoot a missile towards Maligator or someone, maybe take them out. Missile going towards Valkyr. Valkyr's defending, so this is turning into a round of endurance because everybody's just shooting, going defensive, trading missiles. Missile trade between Nacho and Maligator. Nacho's going defensive. Needs to go defensive quick. He's in a Hornet, dive to the deck. Try to stay alive here. And he seems to have made the missile eat the ground. 3 members of Garuda, Murazan, Cookie, and Rio are now hot pressing. 955 is in a pinch right now. I'm not sure if he sees any of the bandits. He only has 1 Fox 3 and 2 Fox 2, so he needs to get out of here ASAP or at least get a kill. There may be a double merge between 955, Rio and Cookie. 955 defensive. He's being pressed from all directions. He has Cookie right on his nose here. 955 in a terrible situation. If he doesn't go cold, he's just gonna eat the missile. Ooh, brother, defend, defend, defend. Okay, he's pulling up, dragging the missile off the energy. And that missile is as good as dead. Alright, HUD shot missile towards Rio. So that was a missed sword, I'd say, because Valkyr has no missile on him, and he shot something towards HUD. HUD needs to go defensive here. Cookie's in a pinch. ET towards him from Kaori. Does Cookie even see it? And he's dead. That's Cookie dead from an ET from Kaori in the J11. And Cookie also killed 955, so 955's dead, so now it's a 5v4. Maligator has an aim 120 that decides to eat the ground for breakfast. And now it's a 5v4. They lost one of their members. So let's see what happens now. I wonder about their fuel state because, you know, they've been fighting for a while. So if the fuel state doesn't, you know, suffice, they're going to be in big trouble. Everybody's just going afterburner all the time. Seems to me 69th has called for an entire team reset while Nacho is the only one here pressing them from a high altitude, seems like. Or at least a relatively high altitude compared to the most. And Nacho has... He has a decent amount of missiles, 2 Fox 1s and 1 Fox 3, 2 Fox 2s. Yeah, he can take on at least 2 guys at once. Can you imagine 4v4 merge and guns only? Dude, that is gonna be fucking chaos. That is gonna be absolute chaos. Right, Rio shoots an AIM-9 towards I don't know who. Nacho shoots a high-energy AIM-120 towards Rio. Rio shoots 2 missiles at 2 people. Yeah, this guy's cooked, man. This guy's cooked. Congratulations if he doesn't notch this missile. And down goes Rio. Rest in peace, my brother. Then AIM-9. Oh, the AIM-9 is coming towards you. Do you see it? If the AIM-9 has enough speed, okay, that thing just lost lock, bruh. So now it's a 3v5. Valkyr is in a pinch here. He should be resetting with his teammates, but it seems to me that he has lots of courage. Nacho shoots an R77 right in the nick of time. And Valkyr now needs to go defensive. If he eats this R77, this thing's going to be hard to notch, but easy to drag. You go full gate and just, you know, drag this thing away, because this is a flying air brake. And R77 is cooked. Now it seems to me 69 is on the offensive. So literally, a few minutes ago we saw 69 being defensive with their entire team resetting, but then now their entire team is hot. Murazan has an ET incoming. The Siege Metal Rod is trying to come towards him, but apparently loses track of him while having ungodly thoughts. Why does 77 have air brakes? That is the same question, man. That is, you know, I have the same question. And somebody dies. Unfortunately, I was not able to get the kill feed on that, or visuals on that, but it seems to me Hood killed someone. Killed Maligator. Okay, so it's a 2v5 right now. Valkyr and Connor are about to merge. This is gonna be real close. Does Valkyr have any weapons? He has absolutely no weapons, but he hits this AIM-9. No. Now it's only Murazan, the guy with the 1650. The legend. Let's see, AIM-9 towards Connor. Does Connor see it? I think Connor does see it, or maybe he does something pre-flare, I don't know. But this guy only has 1 missile. The heart full of courage. Let's see what Murazan is up to. AIM-9 out. He's going gate. He's flaring and he's going gate. No, the ET is gonna hit you. Oh no, that's an ER. Okay. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, you're gonna eat this ER, man. Because if you don't break the lock, that is unfortunate for Garuda. Blue has taken control of the area, so that is round for 69th. If only they can land at the airbase, which I'm sure they will be able to do so. RTB, airspace clear. 0 IQ main. I have absolutely no idea why the 77 has air brakes main. I wish it did not have air brakes. I really wish. But unfortunately, it has. So, gotta use it like that. Got no other choice. Let's see. GG, yep. Good fighting, everyone. 69, please, RTB. And let's see. The RTB formation. Alrighty. While they RTB, let us take a look at the tag view. Let's go tag view. Bloop. And we'll be taking a look at what happened throughout the entire round. Let's go. I missed some of the kills here. Let's see. Uh-huh. Okay, so their team went for a reset. And the first kill was this one was Sarah Brave. Sarah Brave ate an insanely long range missile. This missile was shot from a very, very long range. I have to change the units to nautical miles for freedom units. That was a long range missile. A kind of long range, not that long, like, 37 nautical miles. Sarah Brave probably did not know the missile was on him. He thought the missile would be towards Rio, so he did not expect it. And he was really, really high, did not go defensive in time, and just eat the metal stick in the face. Tragic. Right, so it's a 5v6 now. Where was the other kill? So Cookie defended. I think it was Rio that died. Was it Rio? It was not Rio, hang on. Somebody died. Remember, it was someone dying. Ooh, Rio had a close missile. Yeah. Formation fly with a missile. Alright, somebody just passed away over here, because why do I only see 4 people? Somebody definitely passed away. Oh, that was Cookie. Cookie! Yeah, Cookie. Saw 955, but I don't know why they didn't shoot. Shot name 9, but took an ER from Kaori. So that was really unfortunate. That was quite unfortunate, yeah. Cookie died. And let's take a look at what happened later on. Yeah, Rio got into a close range fight with Hood, Nacho, and Kaori. He was basically in the Hornet's nest, with the only aim 9s, nothing else, He had his courage, shot at both bandits, but unfortunately that missile took him out. 3v5 then. So after that, what I think happened is the entire flow of Garuda just, went to ruins. They weren't able to coordinate anything else because, 2 guys went defensive and then 1 guy just goes into a 1v5 instead of 3 of them pressing at the same time. But then, takes these missiles, Malagir's out of the equation. So yeah, I think everything fell apart the moment it became a 4v5 or a 3v5. Because then Valkyr died, and then it was Murazan with his 1650 pulling up, with all the courage, cleared the heck out of it. But apparently, while this is an R27, there's an R after the E, not a T. And it's this one. That's round. Okay, let's see how far they are. The Nacho is going to be the first one coming into land. Okay, so they're going to do the same type of landing, I guess, this round. Members of Garuda just disconnected. We will be having a short interview as everybody starts landing. I will be calling everyone for an interview, so guys, I'll just let them know. Alrighty. Let's see, Nacho coming in for a landing. Let's see how he does. Dog, what do you think about how Garuda has flown this match? Because I think you've seen their previous match. What do you think, like, what do you think went wrong?
Personally, I think there was a bit of dispersion between the teammates. They were running some sort of grinder tactic, but 69 was just doing the same thing a bit better. They were staying close to each other. I've seen many cross blocks where the northern flank and the southern flank just exchanged places with each other. They were 3v2ing some parts and instantly going to the northern flank and outnumbering them as well when they saw a chance. So, in a short, 69 played a much more adaptive game. They were adapting throughout the whole match, and what it looks like from Garuda's side, that they were really focused on sticking to the plan and not adapting to what they were bringing to the table.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Now that is some valuable feedback. That completely makes sense because I think you've noticed we've noticed this firsthand, and you have noticed this firsthand as well. Especially when it comes to adapting and switching up your tactics. I think the biggest example as of recent times would be the SATAC Cold War finals between 51st versus 9G. I mean, you were the guy GCIing for our team there, and you saw how when our own tactics did not work, we had to switch it up and adapt a lot. That's what won us the tournament, the entire tournament. So while having a solid plan from the beginning is important, you need to be able to adapt. The situation requires you to. And I think, yeah, you're right, 69 did adapt a bit better than Garuda. Garuda, while they had a solid plan from the start, Grinder is effective. They did not adapt to changes, and especially, when one or two of their teammates died, like everything I saw, that everything started to fall apart, there was absolutely no coordination. And of course, in the middle of a tense fight, when you hear that your teammate's saying, I'm dead, I'm hit, like, I'm down, it kind of settles in this sort of panic and frustration, and that reflects on how you fly. That's what I think. So maybe that was the cause of Garuda's defeat. But besides that, I think everything that you said about what happened in this entire match should suffice as a proper explanation as to why the results are as they are. I will have to update the scoreboard. So 69th OnlyFlys takes the win for this match, and unfortunately ACR x Garuda have to take a loss. This is their second loss in this tournament. Do they have any more matches? I'll have to take a look after this. Yes. Garuda and ACR do have a match. Their last match, that is against our team. So we'll have to fight them as well as 51st. And I'm looking forward to that match. So waiting for guys to land. I will be joining soon. Right, so while 69 is landing, I will be switching to the interview channel. And let us join their voice chat and see what is. Matt, come with me, please. Oh. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
How is everybody feeling? Dear viewers, this is, we have in this voice chat Cookie and Murzan from Garuda x ACR. Guys, how are you feeling? I know this is a defeat, but, regardless, how are you guys feeling after the match? And, it was intense. What do you guys have to say?
Well, go ahead, Cookie.
Yeah, go ahead. Good.
Well, this is one where there is match which is very intense because you then have the prior information about the enemy team, and then so when you have them fly very very perfectly, then yeah, it's a little bit surprising for us.
Yeah. One thing we'd like to say is 69th outflied us today. So yeah, congratulations on that one.
That is actually like, you know, a really nice and honorable thing to say, because, you know, some teams or some players are oftentimes salty after a defeat, but here you guys are congratulating your opponent, so that is a really, really nice gesture from Garuda, especially you, Cook, and Murzan. In my opinion, you guys flew absolutely fantastic, but then again, I mean, as Mad Dog and I, you know, we're talking about it, 69th just, you know, adapted better, because they lost one pilot. You guys lost one pilot initially as well, but what I saw is towards the middle part of the match, or towards the end of the round, your team and your guys, after losing two people or something, went into some sort of chaos. Like, I saw some disorganization. No, you know, there was no sync in the flying. You know, there was no sync between the members. Like, all I could see, but what I could see is that 69, even though these guys were defensive for a while, they all went into a reset and then turned in and used their full force to push. And that kind of caused a huge break in your lines. I think that's where the entire thing went down. Okay, what the hell is happening over here? I need to get this thing on stream. What the hell? Wait. Oh, it decided to land on the taxiway. And he's gonna crash with this plane if he doesn't breathe. That is absolutely insane. He's about to tip his F-16 over. Okay, this guy is an absolute maniac when it comes to landing, and he's leaking fuel. Great. Perfect F-16 landing.
Give them a break. They can have fun.
Yeah, I totally agree with that sentiment. So, one thing is, we realized on the first game that they're playing a long game. So, so they're more organized in the long run. So, and yes, and in the second game, once we lost one of our members, we had some kind of disarray in the arrangement. So, we were trying to break down their defenses, but I think they are planning to play a defensive game all along from the beginning, which is kind of tough for us to break at that point. Here, go ahead.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, and one thing that was really interesting, is in the middle of all of their NATO planes, F-16s and F-18s, they had a J-11, which got 3 kills in the first round with R27ET and R27ER. So 2 kills this match, this round itself, with only Fox 1's ERs. So the J11 was, you know, what I saw was just sneaking around and always at the perfect opportunity, just shooting an ET or shooting an ER and then just running away. And 70% of the times those landed in kills for 69. So
yeah, it's, you know, that's one type of match where you already expanded all your MRAMs, so the Sukhoi have the missile advantage at the end. Because after all F-16's MRAMs will be depleted, we will try to make an offensive with short-range M9s. Meanwhile, these flankers can hit us like 20 kilometers away or 10 miles away, while we're still trying to get a fucking lock on. Sorry for that.
No, all good, man, all good. That is, you know, that's not a problem. I knew you guys are frustrated after a loss. It's completely fine, you know. No worries about that.
Yeah. Hello, greetings. VT from 69.
Hello, VC. Is that your name, VC?
Oh yeah. So my name in of the match actually is the VT, the F-18.
Welcome aboard to the interview. How are you guys feeling?
Yeah. So this is our first match this year, and you know, it is quite well and it's quite good, and I really want to say GG for you know, for Cookie and Marzuran. Yeah.
GG for you today.
Thank you, BC.
So I just have a question for the members of 69th here. what was like, I'm really curious about the J11 and how you guys used it in the, just put it in the middle of all those NATO planes. Like, what was your main plan with the J11? Like, how are you planning on utilizing it? What was the main plan? How would you play the J11?
Yeah, exactly. As you can see, this is our strategy. So our basically strategy is that there are 5 or 4 NATO planes outside, and their mission is to do the front uh, do the front fight with the enemy. But the J11 is an assassin, right? Because they have 3 different types of missiles, and if you don't have specific training for it, it is really hard to ignore the ET or some other methods, which is different from the MRAM.
Yeah, that is absolutely right, because with the ETs, if you don't expect them, you're not gonna be prepared for it. You will just suddenly get killed, and you're gonna be like, okay, what the hell just hit me? Oh, that was an ET. So, yeah, I think this is a really good strategy, especially for squads that play mostly NATO planes. Like you have F-16s, F-18s, and in the middle of it, just put a J-11, and that thing's is gonna fly like an assassin. Just suddenly coming out of nowhere and killing people. I think this is a good strategy. So
Exactly.
yeah. So before I end this stream, Mad Dog, do you have anything to ask to these members?
Oh, thank you for asking. I sure do. So one thing that I would like to ask is that the other round you brought ETs, but this round there were you brought, I think there was 2 ERs. So, and tracking, like holding lock to a ER, that's a bold move. So how were you thinking with the J11? What was your plan?
Okay, yeah. So this is basically on the on our focus on our pilot. We want to have more diversity. So for the first round, maybe you have some how to respond to the ET, and next round we might bring you more ER, more focus one. So just more diversity. So maybe a little more hard to respond.
So basically keeping them on their toes and, just shooting them while they're not expecting, like basically just playing in a manner that's just going to surprise them. So that was, I guess, the plan from what I understand from explanations. So thank you very much, everyone. Before we end this interview, I would like to ask the representatives from each squad to give any shout outs or any thank yous or anything you want to say. The floor is yours. I'll start with a 69th. If you have anything to say to the viewers or to anyone watching the stream, floor is yours.
Yeah. So since this is the first interview and the first match of the squad of the squad, so I want to say thank you for being here, and hope you see you guys in the past in the the following months. Yeah.
Lovely, thank you very much. And anyone from Garuda, Kuki or Murzan, do you have anything to say? Any shout outs, any thank yous?
Yes, thank you. So, congratulations, firstly, to 69th. You guys flew really well tonight. Congratulations and well fought. And thank you to 51st for organizing this amazing show.
It's a pleasure.
Yep, and shout out to our livery maker Jupiter ID for providing our liveries for international competitions. Thank you, and see you in the next match.
Thank you very much, Cookie, for your kind words. It is a huge pleasure and honor for us to host these matches and everything. Of course, since SATAC is running at a really big stage now. But with that said, thank you everyone for joining, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Bye. Alrighty. Okay, so dear viewers, that is it for today's match. 69th versus ACRX Garuda. I hope you have enjoyed it, and again, before I end the stream, I want to apologize for the inconveniences towards the start of the match. I missed around 30 minutes of the first round, so that is that is just a problem on my end, but still, whoever is watching right now, thank you for sticking around, and before I go, Mad Dog, anything else to say?
No, all good.
Right, thank you very much everyone for watching. This is Spade from the 51st PVO with my friend Mad Dog. I'll catch you guys later. See you in the next ATAC match. Bye!